All right. wait. All right. So, I did say I'm gonna do something with Visual Basic as I have a task I need to do with it right now, and I'm also testing a new interesting setup where I'm kind of hearing different music in my headphones than what you are hearing. So you are hearing stream safe music, and I'm listening to a Purple Disco Machine right now. I have to check how that's working out. Yeah, but yeah, generally this will be a more silent stream, I guess, while I experiment and do stuff in X and Visual Basic. Yeah, if you have questions, I will answer them, but for the most part I will be muted, I guess. Right, enjoy. If you are wondering what the content here is, I'm trying to, for now at least, program a way to hide certain columns and to show them again. Last time what I did is like control input from the Excel by generally, maybe a quick tool would be useful. What you see here is the program takes inputs from these cells. When I click run, it calculates different runs, and a run is basically, you say, the car starts with 75 km per hour and has an acceleration of 10 km per hour, and he does that for interval per iteration, which is seconds based. And then the program basically calculates, alright, you start at 75, at the end you were at 175 because you accelerate for with 10 kilometers per hour for 10 seconds. The distance only by the acceleration was 138 meters. Distance just by the velocity itself was 208. Combined, it's for those 10 seconds you made a distance of 347 meters, right? And the next iteration like keeps the velocity from the previous run and plays it through again, and until you know this listing. What this the script basically does for now is it cleans the table, cleans the formatting, then calculates and re-enters row by row the new values. As you can see, that's why also you see how the formatting dynamically changes, so that is programmed as the code. It's like this, a little bit of math because the focus was more learning than actually properly coding. What we have here is an event listener on the button. So when I click start button, click at this moment it defines certain local variables, and then it reads out the different values in the cells. This is the input region, like reads these fields out for iteration calculation, and after that it instantiates a new car instance, new car velocity, and assigns the red values to its fields. Then we have a writer object. We have also run result, which basically, you know, when the car this is a class module, basically classes. What classes in VBA are kind of weird, but yeah. Even, I mean, looking at this code, you know, it was necessary to write those as properties. I could have just made them public fields, but I was trying to learn, you know, how properties worked, etc. That's why I have such weird code, unnecessary bloated code here. But yeah, again, what does the code do? Just the class has 4 fields. One records the velocity, one the acceleration, wheels and doors. I don't know what I will do with wheels and doors. Maybe I will build in a random crash event where you gradually lose tires and doors. I don't know. Could be. But yeah, you know what? A cool idea were to visualize the entire run, you know, on Excel basis. That could be an interesting challenge. Now what, I'm gonna do that because it would be cool, you know, when we have like when we have the runs here, and then we could have a track system here installed. Like, you know, imagine these cells being like these fields. Every field is like, say, let's say 10 meters, and then we would color in the distance at each run. Yeah. Could be like interesting to see how they progress. You could even make a game out of this. Holy shit! I'm just realizing that, you know, you could like make a randomizer, and then like every run you could visualize how the cars are moving. Even make it fucking interactive, man. Oh shit. Yeah, it's kinda... I know Visual Basic is like, I mean, fucking old language, and you only need it when you are doing office stuff. But it's kind of fun because it's all in one file, and most people have Microsoft Excel, so you basically can, you know, program within an Excel file. It's kind of fun to mess around with that. But that's what I'm going to do, to try that out. And in doing that, I will also include my main goal, learning how to control columns. Shouldn't that be difficult, because the awesome thing in Excel programming is you can let yourself be aided, let's say it like that, when you program. Like when I do some shit, like I come here and enter a value in this cell, and then I come and make this bold, blah blah, you can record the programming behind it with macro recording, which it does record the code as well. So when I go like let's enable relative references, so our code can be copy pasted anywhere, and I want to record a macro. Let's say that this is a test macro, and then I'm just selecting a field, entering one, and then I'm changing its formatting. Let's say right. Okay. Now that I'm done, I'm stopping my macro. And the cool thing is, when you go back to Visual Basic and check the tables, what was in the table or worksheet? Shit. Oh, it's in the module. Sorry, it automatically generates a module 1. And what it does is like it lists up the steps it did to perform that feature, perform that macro. So it did, and you can, by just recording and checking out the code in the Visual Basic editor, you basically can save time on things like how the fuck do I do that. Like especially like in my example, I did that with the entire border thing. Here every time I do a new row calculation, I needed to add borders, and adding fucking borders to a cell is a tedious task. Like you have to set a lot of properties. So I recorded, setting the borders in Excel. Then I copied the code and made a sub where I can pass a reference of my target range, and now I can add and remove borders with a function. And that's what you see here when I'm clicking like start run, when I'm like saying I only want one, and you see like it removes the formatting automatically. Anyways, yes, let's see, for example, it's now macro. What we can do is, like, because it's recorded and it's a module, when it's in a module, it's like in the global namespace automatically. Like you have modules are like namespaces. Namespace in C++, they're like some free floating functions you can use. Oh, holy shit, thanks for the follow, very much appreciated. Yes, where was I? When you create modules, it's like it creates public functions which you can reference from anywhere in the code. You don't have to import any of these files or the modules you have here. It just automatically pulls them into the global namespace. So you have, like, you see here the start button click. Now here, like the test macro, I could select that. I could use this function from anywhere in my code base. So basically, with modules, and you have these global functions with class modules, you have scoped and instantiated code. Let's say it like that. If you know classes from any other programming language, like Java, like C++, it's the same idea. It's not the same how you write it, of course, but it's the same idea. And what it does, it gives you a template, and before you can use it, you have to instantiate it. And every instance can hold different data. So that's the basic difference with class modules. But in the end, yeah, it's pretty much similar. makes sense to use class modules when you have to have instance of the same thing but with different properties, and it makes sense to just put them into modules when it's just a helper, global helper functor. It does a certain thing, you know, it doesn't have to keep state for its operation to work. And then we have in this code, in the start button click, what we have is, you know, we read the data, we assign it to the instance, we make a new car because we are tracking that car's progression, and then we are instantiating a new result writer. What the result writer is basically it's pre-recording. It's pre-recording where it needs to write via column or row information. So when you come back here, this is like column 0 at row 12. No. That's the, I'm saying to the script, that's the starting point. I could make this more dynamic. I could, like, you know, enter some input fields which I could read, and then the starting position where it writes the table could be different. I could even, you know, this part, right now this part is in the Excel in itself. I could generate this by code as well, so that I could make it like that when I click here and then say start runs, that it generates a table from here. That's a possibility. But for just because I was lazy, that's essentially the reason why I did just use fixed values. I could do that dynamically, but I don't know. This is more of an example of the real thing, because the real thing I need to, it's task management Excel, which I need to automate. And for now, I'm just familiarizing myself with, you know, how do you access Excel objects, how do you control the Excel sheet, etc. And how do you write code in Visual Basic, which I never did before, but we as software engineers generally are I'm of that type. I'm language, I consider myself language agnostic. So what means is I don't really care what language it is. Most program languages are similar, so if you have if you have mastered, or if you're capable in one or two, you won't have problems of learning Visual Basic very quickly, which is what I did as well. You know, I maybe spent one day on tutorials, and now I can write code that manipulates the Excel sheet, which is nice. And with the macro trick, you can basically aid your programming. Like if you need to do something complicated, you know, you can record it and pull out the code and use the new script, which is pretty neat, to be honest, and weirdly really powerful. All right, anyway, enough talk. So let's go back. What we have here, yeah, the initializer, that's kind of like a constructor. We don't have really constructors, parameters in Visual Basic. That's also what I want to do today, is like create a class factory for cars, so I can like instantiate one with parameters. Yeah, that's kind of a bummer that constructor logic isn't in this, but anyway, yeah, what it does is like at initialize time it's equals right. You know what, I could basically, I don't know, but if it does have the references already to result column and row, that's basically, now if this works, I could at least remove some code duplication. Seems to be okay. Yeah. You see, that easy, and we just removed code duplication. All right, so and with that, that's my result writer. What it does is just it has fixed reported starting points like 12 and 1. If I wanted to make it based on my selection, which I guess we could check that out. No, we could, like, let's see. We will get cell from selection. Yes, active cell. Alright, so what is active cell value? Yes. Alright, we could test that. Let's test it. Need to turn up my music. Alright. So basically what I want to do is when I hit click, now when I do this entire calculation, I want in the output I want to see what the active cell is, just so I can reason about it when I'm using it. So it says 10. That's weird. What do I get if I do it like this? Is losing my selection when I click the button? Empty, empty. Or probably oh shit, no, I probably need to okay. So you can access the cells information. Cool. You should be able to see the mini browser what I'm looking up. Yeah. Alright, let's go back. So when I have an active selection, select this and go back. I'm assuming it's just not outputting anything because it can't convert it into a string for print. Alright. Active cells. Wonder if you can like oh right, it's just an array. Alright. So basically I should be able to get with the index. I should be able to row index. Oh. No. Need to convert it into a string so that we can add it. It's a column index. Because if you can access it easily like that, you know, I could use the active selection to generate the table where I want. So no errors, looks good. Let's output this, but there is no value. Why? Let's see. Oh, okay, there's actually accesses for this. What? Alright. So when I do this now... Okay, definitely it does. Yeah, why not? If there are like accesses for it, makes sense to use that. Right, now that we have active cell and row column, no. What I can do is I can use this information for the result writer. And now, as the initial value, I can say active cell row. Here as well, active cell. You know what? Of course, we are just referencing it directly because I have only one worksheet. If you had multiple worksheets in the Excel, it would probably make sense to limit that into the actual worksheet. Or say like do this operation in the active worksheet. Alright, let's see if that works. It's gonna mess up this part though. Yeah, definitely works. And it's pretty cool. It's pretty dope. Oh shit, what? Okay, something's a little bit off. No, it's not that off, to be honest. No, it's correct. Why the fuck did it go up here? Yeah, these are like edge cases we would have to think about. Yeah, for now what I want to do is I just want to return and come back. So that my code is restored. It's an interesting approach that we could take later on, but for now I don't wanna get too much into it, then we'll mess up too much of my code. But as you can see, it can be done pretty easily. What? Right column 1 and this should be 12. So it's really powerful what you can do in the concept of Excel. Should you do it? Probably no. It only is warranted if you like want to do really complicated automation, you know. Then of course a VBA makes a lot of sense. Don't want this. Alright, now we have learned another thing. Let me just check if the code here still works fine. Looks good. Now, the next step. What I want to see is how you do like hiding columns. And I want to do that with a separate input. Like, I guess start buttons is like okay. Here I want to introduce 2 new inputs, like I will say hide columns. The user should be able to like say hide A, C and K. Yeah. And our new input, which I can add from this to be also a button. Nice. Yeah, okay. It's not that important right now. Get to the design mode. Where is it? Yes. Bro. Just. Okay. Now we should be able to change its name. Wait, why isn't it seeing this? What did I do wrong? We'll do that again. Alright, looks better. Maybe I chose form element, that's why it didn't work properly. Alright, now toggle columns is the name. Because it's a variable name, you have to consider the limitations for variable names. I wonder if it did it already, if it created an event for it, or maybe it didn't. Alright, that works. Toggle columns, click. Yeah, so there are some automations like adding the click event. And there you have other events. You could also bind to your button in Excel. It's kind of weird though how the whole thing is set up. You really have to get that part first before you start program. But after that, it's basic scripting. Yeah, as you can see, I could do events when I might move over the field, like that it does something, you know. But for now we are interested in click, and we have now toggle columns click. It's important to check that that our naming here is also correct. Like the variable name is toggle columns, is okay, and now in the caption I can change the name and say toggle columns, and voila, there we go. Let's say like toggle columns here as well. And first thing we want to do is just read read out that field, and we can see it's on J1. That's what we are going to do. I'm gonna say, well, can I? We are going to say I want this is going to be a string input. So let's say columns as string. Then we are going to say columns range J1, I think it was, value. And finally we will go and say debug print. Let's see, try to see if we are correctly reading these. I did save it, right? It's still in design mode, right? Okay, no errors, AC key. Nice. Now I want to split, if possible, split this range. I have no clue if that's today. I imagine something that direction, but let's see. VBA Excel split string. Okay, there's a macro for that, huh? Okay. So basically I could say split what on the delimiter is comma. Though what does it return? Wait. It's an array of string values, okay. So I probably have to type it like this. I wonder if it can print the column array directly, or it will give me an error. Yep. Types are imp. Alright, what type? Ah, wait. Can I do it like this? Which? Come on, man. How do I do that again? VBA string array. Without initializing it though. Okay. But that's what I did. Dim columns as string. Technically. I don't get it. What's the problem? Alright, let's try this again. Yeah, so which types are not compatible? But even going down, what the fuck? It's interesting that on Stack Overflow it's like there's a solution, but when I try it, it's like no. Or maybe this type is incompatible. Maybe. But what does it? What is it returning? Fuck. It's converting to string. That's probably a better way to do that, but you know. Now, still, but such lameness. Right. Okay, then let's just make sure that the range part is what caused the problem. Okay, but technically my hunch is right, and that range value thing is like returning something weird. It shouldn't give me an error like this. But it does. Is it the print part? Wait. Oh, it was a print part. What? Lame. Okay. Let's make sure this with this as well. Okay. All right. It's a print part, so fuck it. Can I convert an array to string like with this is string? Is it possible? No, of course. But I should be able to join it, right? Source array. By this, not technically, it should be okay. And didn't. Alright, definitely awesome. Okay, I know that the string comes and it's splitting it properly. AC key, alright. What happens if I spacing? Oh, you know, you see that? I don't really like that. I want to trim the values before I can continue. I wonder if I can only do that in the split function. Okay, is there a trim? Probably is. Ah, there is. Trim. Alright, there's a trim function. So basically I need to iterate over the columns array. Let's make an iteration and say for iter 2 columns. Step 1, next. Looks good, and then we want to say at each iteration, columns take the iteration number and trim it. Columns iter. It should update. And now the empty spaces should not make any difference. Of course. Where exactly did we fuck up? Okay, probably an array. It's not the count property. That size? Can't remember. What? What? There's no length property on an array. What? Let's just cheat. Take this. Now, it's a good place to place this code here. Now we have get length, and it will give us length of an array as an integer, which I can use then here. Usually there is there's code assist. Sometimes I don't know what it's doing, but it doesn't really show any suggestions. Yeah, so that isn't really that reliable. Index outside of allowed. Oh yeah, all right. Let's add a watcher. I want to watch this, and I want to watch. With watchers, basically, you add. You allow to see the properties during script execution, so you can, better reflect about your code. All right. So basically, I need length -1. Good. All right. Even though there's space, now my output is getting rid of these and replacing them with underscore. Like I could go now and say, you know what? you know, like random spacing, and it should still work to get that single value, because that's what we need in the end. All right, perfect. Because we are going to use these fields as a reference to hide columns. Now, Excel hide column video. Now, this would be another instance for using the macro approach, just to see what Excel does when we hide a column. Like I selected one and now I'm saying, yeah, hide it. And now I can go and check my code here. Active cell offset, columns AA, entire column select. Selection, entire column hidden, true. I can take this part, because the selection, I can get that with range commands, you know, which works like this. I'm saying now, now we could combine combine this columns thing, and rather than like trimming it and reassigning it, I could go and say range, take whatever is in your range, and then select the entire column, say hidden. True. Now it should, for the moment, it should just hide the columns I select. I don't want an AC key. Let's say M, N, and O. Whoa, what? Alright. So, what? Entire column select. Selection, entire column hidden. What? What am I saying? Active cell offset, entire column select, selection, entire column hidden. Does it have to be like A to A? Oh, maybe. Shit. Then I have to change my code, of course. Like here. That shouldn't be too hard to fix. Because we can now say, alright. Dim column letter, string, letter, trim it, and then we'll just do column letter. That's probably a better way to concat these things, but yeah, just going with this column letter. So it basically, when I enter A, it says A to A, then entire column. Hope this should work. Yeah. Alright. Did you see that? Beautiful. Now, alright. Now we have to track the state. You know, if I say probably, yeah. Let's do this like this. So first, let's check. This range is hidden or not. Column state as boolean. Then we are going to say column state equals hidden. I got this, such a roundabout way to do this. I wonder if this is by ref or by ref or by value. Let's try it and say you are the negation, whatever you are right now. So we'll see if that works. It doesn't. Okay. Think, but you could say not, right? So I mean, why implement the other char, you know? Fucking Visual Basic. Okay, it seems to be by copy. So basically, which means is, but that's the state. I can still use that, but I need to, for my check, I need to do something like this. Oh shit, that's not the syntax. If then and if, something like this. Yes. Then I can say, alright bro, if this is hidden, assign it the opposite value of whatever column state was before. So let's check if that works. Oh yes, something appeared, MNO. Shit, wait. MNO appeared, but now it should again go the other way. It doesn't. What is it? Then let's make it like this, you know. It's so cumbersome. There's a better way. I'm sure it is. There is, you know, but yeah. If comrade is hidden, if it is, aha, right. So basically I could say I don't even need the if statement. Just take the opposite state. And there should be like, do what the fuck. I wonder if there's a marker for that. Probably is. Wait, let me check. VBA macro opposite boolean. Okay, it says the same thing I did. Lame. Anyway, so with this I can toggle my columns. Haha, isn't that awesome? Like MNO here and gone, here and gone, here and gone. The problem is, of course, if I hide now, let's say I hide MNO, then I leave N, O, and add P, right? Now what it will do is it will hide P and toggle on N and O. Yes. That's the weird. Of course, that's further state management that you would have to do here. But anyway, now I know how I can hide columns, which is neat. You could, of course, you know, take this in a very advanced state, like do a toggle based on name or based on click state, or where your cursor is, where your selection is. You could tie it to a button that is like next to the column. Yeah, right now I'm using these ActiveX elements because it's just easier to deal with them for the moment. But of course it would be interesting to have buttons like these, like tied to the columns themselves. But now this is good, man. This is good. Like now I could say, hey, toggle M. Okay, I'm missing P. Yes. All right, nice. I could say like remove D and E. Haha, what happens when I now run the start run? Should mess it up. And I now say run, probably go outside of this. Oh no, okay, the columns don't disappear from the reference tree, huh? So it still inputs them into the proper columns, which is interesting. Good to know, good to know. Alright, it's been an hour. We did a little bit of extra programming. If I continue with this, yeah, I don't know if I want to do the class factory on the stream. Like basically it could be just a global function where you could say create auto, and then I would do everything I do here manually. Like also, you know, that's also something like add borders and remove borders. These are like prime candidates for reusable code here. Alright, let's just place them in the correct sections. Here I want to just have the clicked event listeners. Okay. I could probably move these to a separate module as well, like events, to just keep even more. I wonder if that works though. Wait, because I mean it should search a function by this naming convention, like toggle columns underscore click. So by that logic, it wouldn't matter where I define it, because modules are already in the global scope. I wonder if that works. Well, we have app with helper functions, events, then we have our class modules. Can we add like subfolders here? No. That's like the okay. Yeah, organization will be tricky here as well. What's that? Change. Okay, you can like say show me folder view and so. Alright. But now I need to test this quickly. Let's see if I have ruined anything. Say 50. Start. Oh shit, what? It's not working. It's not finding. So it does look at the table. Okay. Alright, I see. Okay, I see. What you could do, of course, is just to make it a little bit easier. Start button. I could say, let's take the name. Start button. Action. Now define this action. and the table, I could like reduce it to yeah, like say start button action, you know? And the same would go for toggle click, say action to the table, add toggle columns action. Did I name it toggle columns action? Yes. And this way, technically, it should work again. Oh shit. Sub of function not defined. Start button action. Ah, it's because the fucking private public. As well, public. It's also an interesting consideration. Now we made the actions public. Now if that's such a good idea, but yeah, now it works at least. And our code a little bit tidier, you know. On the table object itself, I can like define the click events with the click action function reference, and then I can have a module with say events. I could change it and say like table, I don't know, custom events or like button events, you know, whatever, where you define the actual procedure. And this way, you know, you could make it make the code cleaner. And yeah, this part as well, like, you know, this could be a constructor, a class factory. Yeah, so much refactoring work you could do, but for the moment I think that's enough. We did a toggle columns function where we learned how to turn these off, and we learned also how we can place this table where our selection is, which also is kind of cool to know. I would have to do it for the entire table, and I would also have to record previous tables location, so when I'm generating the new one it can properly clear the old one. Yeah, alright, but that's it for the stream. I hope the audio is okay, because I'm not really hearing the music you are hearing right now. I mean, hearing something else, but at least this way I can listen to something I like without getting copyright claim. And yeah, tell me if you enjoyed the session. I need to, sorry for the same voice level, I need to be a little bit quiet at this time of the day. It's like in the morning, 6-7 a.m. But that's on Visual Basic Excel programming to a certain extent. I might continue doing more of these streams. I don't really set dates for Let's Code when I'm gonna stream them. If you think you'd like to see content like that more, if you have suggestions for coding, and if you'd like to see stuff like that on a more regular basis, please tell me, so I can actually allot a special slot for coding. For right now it's more like casual, but yeah, thanks again, and I will see you. I will see you. Wait, let me try something before I go. Studio mode, does it already change? Oh, it's not. Alright. Oh, cool, that's what studio mode is. Okay. You know, we are still seeing, of course, my previous screen. Now I could like properly prepare this outro and say I will see you in the next stream. Bye bye. Now you see. Oh, that's cool, man. Alright, so yeah, thanks for watching. As I said, if you'd like to see more content like this, please tell me so I can allot a special time. If you have suggestions for coding, if you are interested in something, like I did a basic Discord bot lately with Heroku deployment, like 0 costs, and you can integrate that within your Discord. How to do that, how to go about that. I could make a session for that, or anything else. I'm quite diverse in my skill set. Of course, I need to refresh certain knowledge from time to time. That shouldn't be that troublesome. Anyway, thanks for watching and see you. Bye bye.